Hello students, I am Ankit Patel from Amarchand Singhvi International School. Today we are going to continue with our chapter number 1 development of economics, and this is the second part where we are going to learn about different criteria to compare the countries. So let us start. Now the next criteria apart from per capita income to compare the countries or to know about the level of development is IMR, infant mortality rate. Now many times friends it happens that after the birth due to some health problems or some medical complications many newborn babies die within a year. So this exactly is the meaning of infant mortality rate. So it indicates the number of children who die within a year out of 1,000 children born in that particular country in that particular year. So if IMR infant mortality rate is lower, then there is a sign of better healthcare facilities and hence indirectly more development. Another important criteria to compare the countries is literacy rate. Okay, we know that if a person is illiterate, then he or she will be able to live better and earn better. So basically it is a proportion of literate persons out of total population, and here we consider the people of the age group 7 and above. Third important criteria for comparison is net attendance ratio. Friends, we know one slogan, पढ़ेगा India तभी तो आगे बढ़ेगा India. It means education is very important. So in net attendance ratio we consider the proportion or percentage of children of the age 14 and 15 years, those who attend the school. Okay, when I say children of the age 14 and 15 years, it means approximately they are in 9th or the 10th class. So IMR is the total number of children who are in the age group of 14 and 15 years, means after the 8th standard, those who attend the school as a percentage of total children in the same age group. Okay, so when net attendance ratio is higher, it means that more children are going to school to get the education after the 8th standard, and hence it is a better indicator, because if children are educated they will be able to earn more, and hence they will be able to enjoy higher living standard, and there is a strong possibility of development of that particular nation where children are educated. So hence net attendance ratio is also very important to compare the countries. Now students, just have a look at this data of per capita income of 3 Indian states, Haryana, Kerala and Bihar. So if we compare from PCI, per capita income viewpoint, then Haryana is looking more developed as compared to Kerala. Bihar is a way behind. But before we conclude about the level of development, we also need to consider other aspects apart from per capita income. Just have a look at IMR, infant mortality rate. In Kerala it is even lower than 1/3 of Haryana. So it means Kerala is having better healthcare facilities, and hence their IMR rate is much lower than Haryana. Literacy rate is also very high in Kerala, and net attendance ratio is very good in Kerala. It means that after 8th standard, those students who study in 9th and 10th are more in proportion as compared to total children in Kerala. So in Haryana we can say that there are many dropouts, okay, and hence many students are not able to continue their studies after 8th or ninth class, and hence Kerala is better in all these three criterias, and hence we can say that Kerala is more developed than Haryana. But if we just compare per capita income, then we will not get the proper hold or proper understanding of the reality, and hence apart from per capita income, other criteria should also be taken into account. Slight lower per capita income but more performance is other criteria means more development. Now fourth important criteria is public facilities. Okay, uh, we know that healthcare and educational facilities are very important for development of any nation, and especially for a countries, or let's say a poor country like India, PDS, public distribution system, is also very important, because if there is more equal distribution of food grains, then nutrition level would be more and health of people would be better, and hence it is very important to take these criteria also into account. Now one question may arise in your mind, okay, apart from per capita income, why are we considering other non-monetary aspects, okay, like PDAs, educational and healthcare facilities? The reason is that money is not the everything. You cannot buy everything with money. For example, money cannot help you buy pollution free environment. In Delhi, many people are rich, but they are not able to get pollution free environment. Another example, you cannot protect yourself from infectious diseases, okay, if community preventive steps are not taken. Especially in the time of spread of corona pandemic, we are sure that this infectious disease can also be visible in rich people. So it's very important to have a look at other criteria which are not related to money. Now another important criteria to know the nutrition level or the health of people is BMI, or body mass index. Now basically it's very easy to calculate this BMI. You just need to divide the weight in kg with height in meter square. This number is BMI, or body mass index. If your body mass index is higher or lower than a specific range, then you are either undernourished or overnourished. In both the case, it is not a healthy sign. Now if your BMI is lower, then you are underweight. If it is more than the range, then you are obese or fat person. And we know that being underweight or the overweight, both are not good for the health of a person, and hence BMI should be within the range. Now here let's say, for example, in your textbook in the last pages they have given one chart for body mass index. It is separate for boys and girls, and it depends on the age. Okay, let me give you one example. If a boy is of 14 years of age and 0 months, exactly 14 years of age, then the range is 15.5 to 25.9. So if a particular person's or particular student's BMI is lower than 15.5, it means that he is undernourished or underweight. And similarly, if it is higher than 25.9, then also it is malnourishment, because lower metabolism rate will result into obesity, and we know that even more number of fat people are also not desirable for a nation. So BMI is also a very good criteria to know the health status or nourishment level of people of a country. Now friends, it's very important for us to understand the difference between World Bank reports and reports which are published by UNDP, United Nations Development Program. About the World Bank, we already have discussed in the previous session. World Bank reports actually takes into account per capita income, and they classify the countries into rich, poor or middle income. And as per World Bank 2016 reports, they say that if per capita income of any country is more than $12,236 per annum per person, then that country is rich. If it is lower than 1005, then that country is poor. So basically this concept was narrower because it takes into account only one factor, which is per capita income. Hence it is less reliable as compared to another criteria, which is HDI, okay, or Human Development Index. Now this HDI is a global ranking given by Human Development Report, and these reports are published by UNDP, United Nations Development Program. So in UNDP's Human Development Reports, they take three criteria into account. Okay, first criteria is national income, or we can say per capita income. We know that per capita income and national income both are interconnected. Per capita income means national income divided by national population. So here per capita income is also taken into account. Then non-monetary aspects means life expectancy. This is the indicator of better healthcare facilities. So it is also taken into account. An average number of years in schooling. So this is indicator of good education, that is also taken into account. Okay, so UNDP criteria is better as it takes three criteria into account, whereas World Bank takes only one criteria, which is income criteria, into account. Here we get HDI. Okay, every country is given HDI global rank. Lower the rank, better is the development, and in India the ranking is 130, 130. Okay, so let us go more into this concept. Here you can see the data. Sri Lanka is faring better than us. Sri Lanka's ranking is 76 and India's ranking is 130. Sri Lanka is faring better in all the three criteria as compared to India. Now here HDI, more details about this report. HDI ranks are assigned to 189 countries in all, and the meaning of life expectancy is very simple. At the time of birth, the expected life of a person of that in that particular country is called life expectancy. Okay, so India's life expectancy is 68 years. So on an average people will live for 68 years. As compared to Sri Lanka, it is much lower because in Sri Lanka it is 75, which is considerably more than India. Per capita income, here we can see here gross national income. It is in short national income per capita. National income per capita is nothing but per capita income or per person income in that particular country. It is expressed in dollar terms. Okay, so as per 2011 data, it is given for India it is $6,353 per person per annum. So here we can see that Sri Lanka is faring better than India, and hence UNDP criteria are comparatively better because HDI, when we just say the HDI, so HDI is derived out of three criteria, and hence it is more reliable as compared to World Bank criteria, which gives importance only to per capita income. Students, next topic is the sustainable development. Now, if there is development but there is over usage of natural resources, it means, let's say for example, water. We are using the water to a very high extent, or we are polluting the water, then definitely it is not a good sign. So sustainable development means that we should avoid the over usage of natural resources. Okay, so like for example, water, fuel, these resources are natural resources which should be used properly. If there is improper use, if there is pollution, if there is, let's say, damage to the natural environment, then basically our future generation will not be able to have it in a proper form. Now, there are two types of natural resources, renewable and non renewable. For example, water. Renewable means those natural resources which will be replenished by the nature itself. For example, water. If there is a rain, then water will get replenished. But there are few non renewable resources like fuel. Okay, it will not be replenished. So, if it is over, then we cannot have it again. So, what exactly is the sustainability of development? This concept says that the rate of usage should not be more than the rate of replenishment. Means the rate at which you are using the natural resource, it should be lower than the rate of replenishment. Otherwise, what will happen? Due to over usage, it will start decreasing. Now, one data I'm sharing with you, कि one third of India is overusing the groundwater reserves, and even we are able to see around कि many times many persons are digging a bore well. If every household, or let's say कि many persons are digging a bore well, then due to that water level will come down due to daily usage. So we need to be careful about water management. Now, non-renewable resources, as I also discussed, okay, fuel is non-renewable. Once it is used, it cannot be replenished. So these are those which will get exhausted after certain years of use. Means after the stock is over, we will not have it again. For example, crude oil reserves. Okay, we know that petroleum and diesel and all these products are derived after processing of crude oil. So in Middle East, USA, in the world, so how much reserves we are having, and based on the usage, how many years these reserves will last is also written here. So just see, okay, in Middle East these reserves will last barely up to 70 years. So it means that after 70, 80 or 100 years, if we do not develop other resources or other substitutes for the crude oil, then our future generation will not be able to have access to this very important reserve, which is crude oil. So hence our use of natural resources should be planned, and it should be within a normal limit in such a way that our future generation is also able to use this. So this is the concept of sustainability of development. Development which is not sustainable will not be a proper development. It will be called a lopsided development, where one side is getting developed but at the cost of some harmful effects, especially for the future generation. So with this we are able to wind up and complete the chapter number 1, development. Thank you. Bye.